Don't dress like a fucking street teenager.
Never thought I would cover this guy on my channel, but I recently came across this video on my feed, and I think the topic fits the channel perfectly. So today we're going to listen to Andrew Tate's advice on dressing like a top G. Now, I briefly just skimmed through the video, but I'm going to watch it in its entirety and just give you my hot take on what he says, and I hope he doesn't disappoint. I got my sparkling water in my hand. Feel free to join me as well, and let's see what we have to do to look like a top G. Excited.
All right, lesson 4, dressing like a G. I actually wanted to put lesson 3 and lesson 4 together. So if you're a bit disappointed with the previous lesson, me just saying learn how to fight, because like I said, this is a no course. That's the truth. You want the body language of a G, go learn how to fight. You're gonna have the body language of a G. Simple. But I actually want to put these two together because dressing like a G and body language, it all kind of ties in. Like, it doesn't matter what you wear if you haven't got the correct swag. And if you do have the right body language, it doesn't really matter what you wear either. It's amazing. We're not females, we're men.
Okay, so he ties body language with what you wear. And I think what he's trying to say is that your confidence or how you carry yourself around the world is much more important than what you wear. And yeah, I can agree with that. But I'm also a big believer in clothes cognition and just building an image that is congruent with this confidence that he's speaking about, because it is how we present ourselves to the world, so it's not entirely useless like he makes it out to be.
So what I'm wearing now, this is a fucking $6 shirt, but I have it open because I got my chest is built because I'm a G, and I wear it how I want, and I walk into a room with my chest out just like what, and I sit down and everyone just looks at me like, who the fuck is that guy?
See, this whole gimmick about Andrew, he's always over the top where you wonder if he's being serious. But okay, he's confident enough to wear his shirt, his $6 shirt open up. All right, cool.
It's not an expensive shirt. Now, if I had a Gucci tag, I was walking around all meek and shit, would it make a difference? Really? No. You don't need to spend money on designer clothes. The number one piece of fashion advice I can give you is to go to the fucking gym. Get built.
Okay, I can't argue with this point either. I encourage everyone to work out. You'll not only look better in clothes, naked, and just come off more attractive to the opposite sex, but you'll be doing your health a favor as well. And I can speak from experience here. I was very frail and wanted to be perceived more masculine during my teens to my first years in college. So I ate like everything in sight and trained as much as I could so I could add mass to my frame. And not only has lifting increased my confidence, improved my posture, but, I was looked at as more as a man than just some twerp you just brush off. The women I dated / had hookups with, they really loved my arms, my shoulders, and I think those are my best physical features on me. In fact, I actually made a video on why women find suits attractive on men and break down the ideal body type they're attracted to. And if you want to check that one out, I'll link it down in the description and up above on the cards.
Get built. You're built. You don't need fashion. That fashion is just a way to shortcut that shit.
And I wouldn't say fashion is a way to shortcut from going to the gym. You can use fashion to highlight your best features. Women do it all the time, and there's nothing wrong if a man does it as well. Like I said, check that video that I just mentioned.
So dressing like a G and body language of a G are actually extremely linked. Yeah, you do need some expensive clothes. Yeah, you need some loud pieces, etc. But even then, this shirt can be considered loud.
Okay, so he's kind of contradicting himself here, saying you need expensive clothes and loud pieces. But I'll just let him keep going before I say anything more about this point.
A loud piece is once again down to how you carry it. If you wear a loud shirt and you look uncomfortable, it doesn't work. You got to pull it off. You're attracting attention, just like a peacock. Peacock gets those feathers out. It's like, yeah, look at me. It's exactly the same thing.
Everything he is saying really ties down to congruency here, being comfortable with who you are and how you portray that to everybody, right?
So the mindset and the body language are actually a lot more important than the clothes you wear. Am I going to tell you how to dress? Not particularly. I think you can go out there and find your own sense of style. The most important way of looking at it is, how do you feel when you wear those clothes?
I'm not gonna lie, but I thought he was gonna go into detail on certain stuff you must wear, but I do like how he's pushing the viewer on finding their own sense of style that they are comfortable with, and not, some BS advice about how women would be all over you if you wear X, Y, and Z. I mean, there are content creators that make that type of stuff, and it's cringe.
And that is down to the mindset and the body language more than anything else. You do not need to spend stupid money on clothes. I have stupid money clothes, but I also have stupid money. But I wouldn't need them to get laid. Really, and I'm telling you the truth, women don't actually give a about many of the things that money provides. Even having a Lamborghini, women don't care. Women don't care about cars. You're going to impress 10-year-old boys who they're the only people who are wowed by it. Girls are impressed that you're a man enough with enough ambition to be able to afford a Lamborghini, but they don't care about the Lamborghini itself. There's not a single female alive who will sit there and go, I don't like this guy. I don't like the way he carries himself. I don't like how he thinks. I don't like how he talks. But he's wearing a Gucci t-shirt, so I'm going to anyway.
Okay, exactly what I was saying. There's more to it than just dressing the part. Let's continue. Let's keep going.
That's never going to happen. It's all about everything else. The clothes you wear really are, unless they're totally awful, really ain't going to make too big a difference.
Okay, so he's pretty much carrying over his first point here about the mindset and body language being much more important over the clothes you wear, which I already agreed with. But another point he makes is dressing a certain way is not going to get you the girl. And this I 100% agree with. I don't know how many silly videos I've seen about what to wear to get her in bed, how to dress like a bad boy she craves, how to dress rich, how to dress to get your crush, and all this BS advice. Now, dressing a certain way may give a great first impression, but after that first minute or two, it all comes down to your charisma, your social skills, etc. And Andrew mentions ambition, which is another great point because women love a man with ambition.
So how to dress like a G is a very short lesson. You can find your own sense of style. It's all about how you feel when you wear the clothes. Yeah, obviously there's some basic things we can go over. In fact, I don't even have any fashion rules. The only fashion rule I have to give is never, ever, ever wear flip-flops. They're never cool. They're a non-combative footwear. You can't even run in them. I don't know. Maybe when people say to me, oh, you're obsessed with da-da-da. I've been in a few, I've had my fair share of street altercations. I live in mafia-ridden countries, etc. But footwear, why are you going to wear footwear you couldn't even run in? Like imagine like a car is coming at you, you can't even run. Like why would you limit yourself to that point?
Okay, so be authentic and don't wear flip-flops. Yeah, sure. Only use them for lounging at home or if you're by the pool, okay?
On top of that, since when are men's feet hot or attractive on any level? Like no chick wants to see your dirty feet. Put your feet away, put some shoes on.
I don't know, man. You'll be surprised how many dudes on this platform are into feet, Andrew. I mean, dude, I'm sure OnlyFans content creators, feet content creators are making a killing right now. Pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Don't wear flip-flops. As long as you don't wear flip-flops ever, there's no excuse to ever wear them. If you don't do that, you really can't too bad. Wear what you got to wear, but if you go to the gym and you get in good physical shape, you can put on pretty much anything. It's all about how you carry yourself. It's about your body language, about how you think. The clothes really, really don't make too big a difference. I didn't want this whole course to be about fucking girls, because fucking girls is actually a very minor, it takes very little effort if you achieve everything else. A lot of these game courses and courses trying to teach you how to get girls focus purely on how to get the girl. And that's the biggest mistake. If you read Rush's book or all this bullshit, it's like, go and get the girl and go talk to her this way, and this is game. And all. That's all bullshit.
So we're kind of getting off topic here about, the fashion aspect of this. But yeah, don't change anything about yourself. If you have to change the way you act or dress for a girl and not for yourself, then you're doing it wrong. I know content about getting the girl gets the clicks, but really think about yourself more. And don't compromise yourself for someone that doesn't appreciate you for you. If you can't handle my dry, dark sense of humor, then get the fuck out. But mostly, that type of content on how to impress girls and how to dress like that, it's mostly like just young guys that are just getting into, adulthood and just finding themselves. I like to think that it's just young guys that are consuming that type of content, like teenagers. But I don't know.
If you focus on everything else I'm telling you about, girls are absolutely an added bonus. If you have your money right, if you talk with conviction, if you're a man of stature, if you are going through life with ambition, if you are big and strong and well-trained and you walk through life with confidence, you're not going to need any game. Like, the girls are going to sense it, and you're going to have girls. I don't have to go out of my way to get laid, ever. Girls message me, and if they don't message me, if I message them or if I go say hello to them, they certainly reply. I've never struggled with females in my life, ever, because I've never focused on females. I focused on everything else that made me high value, and the women were an added bonus. They're the salt on the popcorn. They're not the popcorn itself.
Okay, the salt on the popcorn. Is that like a British thing? Never heard that one. I mean, butter on the popcorn sounds way better. But here in the U.S. we say the icing on the cake.
Popcorn itself. So I don't really want to talk about women too much, but even when we look at it from how to dress like a G perspective, what perfect fashion will achieve you is, it will achieve you 10 seconds. Imagine you go to the store and you buy the best Armani Gucci suit, 10 grand, 15 grand. I've got a load of them. I've got 15 grand suits. On my Instagram, you can check it out. I've got a picture of me in a 15 grand suit. A girl might look at you and she'll think, oh yeah, okay. She might think you're hot or whatever. You go over to her and you say hello. Because she liked what you were wearing, you've bought yourself 10 seconds of interest. If that, for 15 grand, you've bought yourself 10 seconds of interest. And in those 10 seconds, if you're boring, or you don't make her laugh, or she doesn't like what you say, she doesn't give a fuck about what you're wearing anymore. That's it, it's done. You bought yourself 10 seconds of interest for 15 grand. Is it worth it? Absolutely not. You can go over there in anything. And it's more about what you say and how you carry yourself than it is about what you're actually wearing. So to think that if I wear this and do this, I'm gonna get girls is absolutely a fallacy.
Okay, so I was just talking about this. The first impression will definitely get your foot in the door, but if you don't showcase any other qualities, then the interaction just goes to zero really quick. And I speak from experience. Like I said, I wanted to be perceived more masculine and mature, so I lifted weights and wore suits, very cheap suits back in the day. I mean, the struggle was very real. I would get the attention, but since I lacked the social skills and was so insecure to the point I couldn't even make eye contact because I felt the girls that I was talking to were too hot for me. I didn't feel worthy enough. And yeah, long story short, it went nowhere. Man, I wasn't expecting on talking about me. It was more focused on Andrew here. But yeah, I mean, I do have stories. And what's funny is that there was a time where a girl would literally make it so easy for me to take her home. Like, she literally had herself on a platter, and my dumb ass was too scared to make that move. It's so, I don't know, what an idiot. I mean, that's just life, man. You live and you learn, man. You live and you learn.
That's not true. I'm not going to tell you it's true. Like I said, this course is noble. It really doesn't matter too much what you wear if you're the man you're supposed to be. So say how to dress like a G? Well, I wouldn't even worry about that too much. What you need to worry about first is the mindset. Secondly is the body language. When you achieve those two things, the rest really isn't too complicated. How to dress? Well, you can wear whatever the fuck you want. Because if your mindset's right and your body language is right, you can wear whatever the fuck you want. I can put on a bin bag and walk in the club. I'm still a fucking man. It doesn't matter what I wear. I can wear the fucking cheapest clothes and walk in the club. I'm still the fucking man. I'm still the man because I've decided I'm the fucking man. I've been to hell and back to get my world titles. I know I'm the fucking man. So it doesn't matter what I wear. And people will sense that about me.
Get past, the self-boasting here. Andrew is dropping some truth bombs here. Like, dressing like a top G, how he would say it, is just, or being a top G, right? It's just much more than just clothes. It's about how you carry yourself, your mindset, your confidence, your body language, just overall being a competent man. To sum it up.
Me and my brother disagree on very little, but even my brother says, you don't even brush your hair. You don't put any effort. He goes, you're about to go on a date. You're not even changing your t-shirt. You wore that at the gym. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care because I'm the man. I'm going to go beat this bitch. I'm going to turn up in my fucking Lambo. I'm going to tell her how great I am, and she ain't going to give a fuck what my t-shirt is. I don't need to brush my fucking hair. My hair is messy. I don't care. I don't brush it ever. Why would I brush my hair? I don't need to. I get out the shower when it's wet, and I go like this. Boom. That's my hairstyle. And it's done. I don't have to put any effort into my physical appearance because everything about me is more than a physical appearance. I transcend physical appearances. And
Okay, so now he's just going backwards, and this is what makes Andrew entertaining. He goes on these tangents on how he's above everything and saying his physical appearance doesn't matter, that it transcends because he's a man, when he's just preaching about working on your physical appearance. This is the side of him I don't take serious, but okay, we get it. You're the top G, bro.
If you do the first 2 lessons correctly, you will once again transcend physical appearances. You don't need to go through walking along aisles saying, oh, how, this Gucci t-shirt, will this get me laid? No Gucci t-shirts get me laid, bro. It's never going to happen. It's about who you are as a person. The clothes just cover up your dick for a little while until she wants to get it out. You ain't going to worry about it too much. So how to dress like a G is actually completely down to you. That's your personal style. You can make any decision you want to make. But don't wear flip-flops, 1. And 2, if you do the first 2 lessons correctly, it doesn't matter what style you really choose, you're going to do all right. In fact, I hate to contradict myself, but we're doing this entire course without any kind of edits, without any kind of cuts. There's no second takes. This is just pure truth. There is another rule besides no flip-flops. So that's 1 rule. This is the second rule. If you are going to spend a lot of money, don't spend it in like Foot Locker or some shit. Foot Locker is the only place you can go and spend $2,000 and still look broke. Don't dress like a street teenager. You know, just wear some normal ass. I mean, I'm telling you guys to you know, make your own decisions. I'm assuming you're not complete morons. Don't be morons. Put on some normal clothes.
Now, I can't help but laugh sometimes when he speaks so highly of himself to the point you think he's joking. But you know what? I admire that type of confidence in a way, but just a little less cocky. But anyways, I wish I would have gone more in depth on what he meant by normal clothes, but judging by what he wears, I think he means like the basics and essentials.
You know, and you'll be fine. Don't go Foot Locker and think, oh, I bought these trainers, and girls don't give you that dumb shit. You can go there and you can spend very little. And because of my stature, because of how I am, because of how I'm built, because of my body, because of how I train, I could spend $10 on clothes and look better than any of you motherfuckers than $1,000 of clothes. And that's the point I'm trying to make. So how to dress like a G is to do lesson 1 and lesson 2, get your mindset and get your body language correct, and then you ain't got to worry what label is on your t-shirt. That's absolutely the truth.
So for normal clothes, just start with the basics and essentials and just work with what complements your physique. You know, learning about fit. I think that's a great starting point, and subscribing to this channel as well doesn't hurt, because, you know, some men do need a little guidance on building their wardrobe, and that's what I'm here for. So just by going by example here, let's look at Andrew. Andrew is always seen wearing a well-fitted t-shirt, tucked in a pair of trousers, paired with some loafers, and sometimes wearing a sport coat. Where his brother Tristan is more into fine suiting that he gets at Savile Row. But I think they have a great fashion sense. Most of the stuff they have on is timeless and classic, and it brings the attention to their physique and faces. They are not wearing, you know, crazy stuff that have like designer logos plastered all over them. So I would say they know what they're doing in terms of style. But yeah, guys, that is my hot take on dressing it like a top G with Andrew Tate. Let me know what you guys think. Overall, it's a good message. I really like how he emphasizes more on you know, just working on yourself rather than just looking the part, because we all can just look the part / dress the part. But you know, you really have to have all your other stuff, all those other aspects that he mentioned in on point. So one thing that I would add is, yeah, you can do all those things, you know, work on yourself, build your confidence, your body language, your physique, etc. But I think building a great, you know, image associated with all those qualities would be the salt on the popcorn, as Andrew would say. So yeah, guys, make sure to check out this channel for any fashion how-tos and reviews, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.